The defending champion is gone. The world number 2 has packed her bags. And the greatest sisters in the history of the sport, the Williams sisters, have walked off the court too. Wimbledon 2026, one single Saturday. And the grass of the All England club, that shrine of tradition, turned overnight into a graveyard for the giants of the game. The space they left behind was filled by someone almost nobody saw coming. A 21-year-old from the Philippines, who used to walk to the court every day after school, holding her grandfather's hand. Today, she rewrote the entire history of her country's tennis. So let's go back through this day, from the very first shock to the last, and break down exactly what happened. First, let's set the board. The two players ranked as the top favorites for the women's title both went out on the same day, both in the third round. We're talking about the defending champion and 6-time major winner, world number 3, Iga Swiatek, and the powerful, big-serving world number 2, Elena Rybakina. And on top of that, American power hitter Anisimova. In other words, the faces most likely to lift the trophy vanished before the first week was even over. The entire top half of the draw just blew wide open. So let's start at the center of the chaos and work through it, one match at a time. Our lead character, Alexandra Eala, born in 2005, ranked number 32 in the world, from the Philippines. Her opponent, last year's champion at this very tournament, Iga Swiatek. On paper, a complete mismatch, but the 2 hours and 15 minutes on the grass told a very different story. Let's start with the first set, a brutal, 84-minute battle. Swiatek, in a set that went all the way to a tiebreak, held 2 set points, 2 chances to seize control, and she missed both. And the stage where that first set was decided? A marathon tiebreak that stretched to 20 points. The score, 11 points to 9. The one who stayed calm wasn't the world number 3, it was the 32nd ranked newcomer. Eala never lost her composure through that long exchange, and she took the lead. Once a rhythm like that breaks, it rarely comes back. The second set belonged entirely to Eala. She stormed out to a 4-love lead with a double break, and closed it out 6-2 to seal the win. Swiatek never stopped chasing, but the unforced errors she poured outnumbered a staggering 44. This was less a match her opponent won, and more one the champion lost from within. A line from her coach, delivered mid-match, sums it up: she didn't beat you, you lost it. Swiatek admitted as much. The serve was slow, I could see exactly where it was coming, and I still missed the return. That was the part that was hard to accept mentally, she said. And the weight of this defeat went far beyond a single match. With this result, Swiatek drops out of the world's top 10 for the first time since May 2021, nearly 5 years. And when the match ended, the real story began. During her on-court interview at center court, Eala could no longer hold it in. She broke into tears. Here's what she said: "I don't know how to put it into words. I've reached the second week of a Grand Slam. For me, that's just incredible. Iga is a wonderful player and a truly good person. Just being able to share center court at Wimbledon with her, I'm so grateful." And then came the line that gives this video its title. Maybe for players like Iga, who've won Grand Slams many times, an achievement like this feels small. But for me, growing up in the Philippines. And there, her eyes welled up, and she couldn't go on. After a moment to compose herself, she found her voice again. For the girl who used to train every single day with her grandfather, messy socks, chubby cheeks, straight from school, this moment is everything. That little girl, who walked to the court every day holding her grandfather's hand, 20 years later beat the defending champion on center court. The tears were impossible to hold back. So who exactly is Alexandra Eala? This run to the round of 16 isn't just a personal milestone. In the Open era, Eala is the first player from the Philippines ever to reach the 4th round of a Grand Slam in women's singles. And she didn't come out of nowhere. Last year at the Miami Open, she reached the semifinals. But delivering this kind of impact on the Grand Slam stage, against the defending champion, that's a first. And now, another piece of history sits in front of her. If she wins her next round, Eala would be the first Filipino since Felicissimo Ampon in 1953 to reach a Grand Slam singles quarterfinal. That's a gap of more than 70 years. Her round of 16 opponent is world number 17, Jasmine Paolini of Italy. Paolini cruised through, dismantling Maria Sakkari 6-1, 6-2. She is no easy draw. This match will decide just how far Eala's Cinderella story can go. But the upsets didn't end with Eala. Alongside Swiatek, world number 2 Elena Rybakina was one of the strongest title favorites, and she, too, failed to clear the third round. Her opponent was Elise Mertens of Belgium, ranked number 27. And here's the key point: against Mertens, Rybakina held a commanding 7-1 head-to-head record. In practical terms, Mertens had been an easy meal, but on this day, it was the complete opposite. Rybakina poured out error after error and went down in straight sets, 7-6 in the first and 1-6 in the second. Losing that second set 1-6 was a scoreline you'd hardly believe belonged to a title favorite. And as the 2022 champion here, this leaves Rybakina with back-to-back third-round exits. On top of all this, American power hitter Amanda Anisimova fell as well. The number 6 seed took the opening set but let it slip, losing 1-2 to number 26 seed Madison Keys. And what completed the emotional arc of the day was the farewell of the Williams sisters. Serena Williams had made a spectacular return at age 44 on a singles wildcard, but that comeback ended in a first-round exit. And her last remaining hope, the women's doubles alongside her sister Venus, she ultimately had to withdraw from as well. The reason was her knee, an injury from her singles match simply hadn't recovered. Serena shared this: "My heart is broken to pull out of doubles. Stepping back on court was a gift, but my knee just wasn't ready." Names that once ruled an entire era, quietly leaving the court. And the spaces the Giants left behind are being filled at remarkable speed by new faces. It's not just Eala. Ashlyn Kruger, a 22-year-old American. She fought through all 3 rounds of qualifying, then dismantled Doria Sniger to reach her first-ever major round of 16. And this qualifier-driven chaos carried over to the men's draw too. Russian qualifier Roman Safiullin reached the round of 16, setting up a showdown with Novak Djokovic. A truly unpredictable bracket has taken shape. Let's wrap this up. This Saturday at Wimbledon 2026 will be talked about for a long time to come. Defending champion Swiatek dropping out of the top 10. Title favorite Rybakina crashing out again. The Williams sisters' final goodbye. And at the very heart of all that drama, the tearful Filipino sensation, Alexandra Eala. Now, all eyes turn to Eala versus Paulini in the round of 16. Can this 21-year-old push open the door to a Philippine Grand Slam quarterfinal, shut for more than 70 years? Who do you think will be left standing as champion out of all this chaos? Drop your prediction in the comments. And if you want to see where this drama goes next, hit subscribe and turn on notifications.